We ready to begin?
Pretty close, Trent.
Okay.
You could have started without me. We don't need to drag this on longer.
Being courteous.
This group?
It's the last time, but.
Okay, you warned me.
Fair warning. Yeah, Trent, we're ready to begin.
All right. I'll open the Planning Commission meeting for Monday, June 14th. Want to welcome everybody. Wish I could be there. Still traveling. Thought I was going to be home, but the rules of procedure call for that. If I'm attending the meeting, I must preside over the meeting. However, since I'm not present and can still participate, we can suspend the rules of procedure for this evening so that John can preside over the meeting. But we need a motion and a vote.
Yes, what Mr. Fuller just explained, by your rules of procedure 701, your president is to preside at all meetings that he is attending, unless he is absent or disabled and under disability, he is to preside. He would like to attend electronically, but allow the vice president to preside over the meeting since he is here physically. So I'm going to recommend a motion to suspend your rule of procedure 701 to allow the vice president to preside.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. Schrader of his motion, and Ms. Gardner was the second.
Mr. Diamond, I'm sorry.
Oh, Mr. Dine was?
I'm okay with whatever.
That's a record show. All those in favor, signify by aye.
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 Well, I'll come back to you. Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Pollard?
Yes.
And is Mr. Smith still on the line? He's not showing up there.
I see him.
Yeah, he was up there, but he's missing. So we'll keep an eye out to see if he rejoins us. Okay, so the first order of business following the suspension of the rules of procedure is the approval of the minutes. So meeting minutes from May 10th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Motion by Ms. Magna and a second by Mr. Dine. All in favor, show by raising your right hand. All opposed? There will be one abstention, as I was not here. Mr. Pollard?
Yes.
Okay, so it passes, we have 6 with 1 abstention. 6-0 with 1 abstention. Okay, special requests or continuances. Do we have any? Old business? Old business from the floor. New business. Staff reports have been issued to people. First order of business is PC 2021-023, CA Industries LLC, approval of a primary plat to split 46 acres into 2 parcels at 955 Graham Road for 2 industrial buildings. The intention is going to be on the south, with outlets to the south adjoining Opus Detention Pond, sanitary sewer extensions between the 2 lot connections into the interceptor sewer along Graham Road. Water service will be into the site down the main drive with a fire loop around the 2 buildings. And this is a public hearing. So
Anyone that intends to speak needs to have the oath administered to them prior to providing their testimony.
Yeah, I'm here virtually. Joseph Heck with Projects Plus.
is there anybody else? Is Jared, if you would swear them?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear under penalties for perjury the testimony you're about to give is true to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Okay, we'll reserve 15 minutes for the petitioner. Any remonstrators will have 15 minutes, and then there'll be 5 minutes for each for follow-up.
Again, this is Joseph Heck, Projects Plus, 1257 Airport Parkway. We're just here, I'm here representing CA Ventures, seeking the split of the property at 955 Graham Road, just splitting that into 2 industrial lots. The site is currently zoned IL. So we're just here tonight asking for a simple split of a parcel into 2 lots for 2 industrial buildings that they want to proceed with. I'm open to any other questions that the board has.
We'll hold those until we close the public hearing.
Sure. That's all I have on this.
Okay.
Joe, could you please explain the landscape waiver too?
Yes, we also have a landscape waiver that we requested for the foundation plantings that are against a public road. The requirement is for a 15-foot landscape strip, and we're asking for a reduction to a 10-foot strip. Simply, they want to move the parking closer to the building along the public roads and have more landscaping along the road. So we're asking for reduction on that. And we're asking for a special, I guess, use or reduction on the tree. There's trees required in the foundation plantings, but the owner would like to substitute bushes for these trees so we don't have trees trying to overlap the sidewalk and up against the building. So we'd like to ask for a request to use 4 medium shrubs for every 1 tree required along the foundation plantings. That was part of the request I was wanting to make.
Is there any more from petitioners? Seeing none, anybody wanting to remonstrate? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Any questions from the commission? It's pretty straightforward.
I need a clarification on the actual request, the waiver request for the landscaping. I got the part about, reducing the 15-foot to a 5-foot planting strip and a 5-foot sidewalk, but I did not see the substitution of allowing 4 medium shrubs instead of.
And I can help clarify that. On a call earlier today, our petitioners noticed that in asking for that reduction, it negatively impacted their ability to plant trees. So they wanted to include that as part of this waiver that they were requesting.
So they admitted the waiver request to include that as well. Okay, let the record show that, and it was to substitute to allow 4 medium shrubs instead of
Per tree.
per tree.
Right.
4 per 1 instead of 1 per 1. And the planning department supports this?
Yes, we do.
So keep that in mind when you are making your motion. It would have to be added. It wasn't on the original request.
Any other comments or questions? Is there something you need to read at this point?
Not on this one.
Okay. You always get me with that. Okay, is there a motion?
Do we do the landscape one?
Yes, you do the landscape waiver first and then on the plan.
Mr. Vice President, I move that the request of CA Industrial LLC for a waiver of the requirements of the Unified Development Ordinance, Greenwood Municipal Code, Chapter 10, Article 25, Division 3, Generally Applicable Regulations, Section 10-03-06, Landscaping and Buffering, G, Foundation Plantings, that specifies that industrial property shall have a minimum of 15 feet wide landscaping strip along the full length of the foundation facing the street, to permit a 5-foot landscaping strip and a 5-foot sidewalk along the full length of the foundation facing the public street, to enlarge the front yard buffer be approved, and also substitute 4 medium shrubs per 1 tree according to the approved plan be approved, and that the Planning Commission find that CA Industrial LLC has met the criteria set forth by Greenwood Municipal Code, Section 10-04-05-1, for the waiver for the reasons set forth in its request for a waiver and as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Magna and a second by Mr. Polar. All those in favor, please show it by raise of hands. And Mr. Polar?
Okay, yes.
Okay, we have 7 in favor. Oh, all opposed, and none opposed. So it passes. We have one more motion we need.
Mr. Vice President, I move to approve the proposed primary plat of CA Industrial LLC industrial subdivision submitted by Projects Plus on behalf of CA Industrial LLC docket PC 2021-023 because the primary plat complies with the standards in the Unified Development Ordinance, Division BL subdivisions, and to direct the president to sign in the commission's behalf the notice of determination and written findings regarding the approval of the primary plat as prepared by the planning director.
Second. We have a motion by Ms. Magna, a second by Mr. Schrader. All those in favor, please show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Mr. Polar,
Yes.
we have a vote of 7-0 in favor. Thank you, Mr. Heck.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night. The next item of business is PC 2021-027, ERMCO. This plat will combine 4 smaller parcels into one large lot. There are 10.16 acres that are zoned IM industrial medium. The proposed building will be approximately 173,812 square feet in area. Drives and parking areas completely circle the entire building site. Loading docks will be on the west side of the building. There will be 2 new driveway cuts on Main Street. The existing pathway along Main Street will be extended. Stormwater detention will be underground chambers. An easement vacation is in progress. So anybody who plans to speak in favor or against this will need to be sworn in. Ms. Jarrett?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear under penalties for perjury the testimony you're about to give is true to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Okay, we'll open the hearing with petitioner. Give his name and address, please.
Yeah, my name is Nathan Winslow. I'm with American Structure Point with offices at 9025 River Road, Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm representing ERMCO on their behalf. And I also have Zach Jones, who's the broker representing ERMCO as well. He's with CBRE. And the description that you just read pretty well summarizes the project. I do want to make 2 clarifications to that, though. Within that description, it notes 2 new driveway cuts on Main Street. Those driveway cuts are actually off of Commerce Parkway West, which is on the west side of the building. So there are no new curb cuts planned on Main Street itself. And I believe that was the only correction. Oh, the easement vacation, that has been completed. That was approved at City Council last Monday. So that has been complete and accepted. Otherwise, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, is there anything else from the, anything more from the petitioner? Seeing none, any remonstrators? Do they have anything? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing.
I have a question. What about these 11 comments or conditions?
They're not conditions.
Those are engineering comments in terms of plan review. They don't necessarily affect what we're doing today. What we're doing today is just about the land, but when we look at these things, we get a plan set with them. So generates a lot more comments for the project, but not necessarily stuff that's gonna affect us here today.
Okay, so they don't need to be included in the.
Just kind of placeholders for the future.
Well, when we see something in front of us, we wanna tell the petitioner as soon as we can.
Right.
So those were conditions of the tech report. We always include the tech report so you guys can
Right.
see what has happened. So those are pretty standard comments, and they will address them through plan review, but they don't affect the site plan that we're approving today.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Comments, observations? Well, seeing none, just have one motion, correct?
Correct. No waivers.
I'll entertain a motion on PC 2021-27.
Okay, Mr. President, I move to approve the proposed primary plat of ERMCO HQ industrial subdivision submitted by American Structure Point Engineers on behalf of ERMCO Incorporated, docket PC 2021-027, because the primary plat complies with the standards in the Unified Development Ordinance, Division B1 subdivisions, and to direct the president to sign in the commission's behalf the notice of determination and written findings regarding the approval of the primary plat as prepared by the planning director.
Second.
We have a motion from Ms. Magna, a second by Ms. Gardner. And I see a show of hands in favor. Any opposed? Mr. Polar?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 7-0. Congratulations,
Good job this evening.
Mr. Winslow, Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Now we'll move on to new business from the floor. Is there any? Seeing none, are there any announcements?
The only announcement is we will have our second meeting of the month. So you've seen the agenda here the week before.
And it would be really appreciated if Mr. Polar could finish his driving to be here.
Well, you'll be happy to know my wife is driving, so there's no worries.
Well, that's good on a number of bases.
Daniel, how's the roundabout coming at Meadowview in Maine? Or Daniel, anyone?
I got pictures.
Yeah, that's coming along really well. I got an update on Friday. They removed all the existing pavement. They're working on installing the drainage structures, drainage inlets, all the below ground work. They're scheduled to open it up right at the end of July.
Okay, great. Weather permitting, right? Yeah,
Weather permitting. It's always there.
cool.
That caveat exists with all construction
I
projects.
know, I know.
I'll be the first to testify.
I used to be in construction, I remember.
Any more announcements?
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourned.
Pardon me?
And you want to hear the complaints that people